But do you agree, though, that on at least one occasion in the period from 2012 to 2018, which is the period that we've been asking you questions about,
Yes.
there were occasions in which you didn't disclose income that was in fact received in relation to outside business activities?
I don't know.
Or at least accepted that in relation to what I described as the immigration scheme a couple of days ago?
Yes.
And is it broader than that? Does it include outside involvement in, for example, the property development industry, in respect of which you may have received introduction fees along the lines of what we see on the screen?
I cannot for the life of me recall this, but
Well,
yes.
The fifth one refers to a Chinese business partner. Do you recall what Chinese business partner you could have been involved with in February 2014?
No, Commissioner, I don't recall.
But you've accepted, have you? I may have misheard, but you've accepted, haven't you, that there was at least one occasion in which you received a commission or other fee in relation to a property matter, if I can call it that in the broadest terms, brokering a sale, development, etc., which you didn't disclose on your parliamentary returns?
I cannot for the life of me recall this.
Whether it's this one, I'm asking you broader, whether it be this one or any other one, that occur on at least one occasion.
I honestly don't know.
You at least accept that that was the position in relation to what I described as the immigration scheme, is that right?
Yes.
Now, you gave evidence before this commission in the operation called Operation Dasher on the 13th of July 2018, is that right?
Yes.
In advance of that appearance, did you make arrangements for copies to be taken of data from certain of your devices like telephones and tablets and the like?
I made arrangements to wipe a lot of machinery that had to go back to the Parliament.
I mean, I'm asking you to focus on what occurred prior to the 13th of July 2018.
Right.
I'll ask you in a moment about what happened after that date.
Right.
But in advance of that, did you take any steps for data to be copied from any of your devices?
I don't recall that I did prior to that date.
Do you agree or have any recollection of asking Ms Vasey of your electorate office to take a copy of data from certain of your devices?
I asked Ms Vasey to copy contacts, but I don't know about data. I don't recall data, but certainly contacts from my device.
Or do you have any recollection of copies being taken of certain data from your devices that ended up on one or more USB sticks?
There was a USB stick. There was a USB stick, yes.
And how did that USB stick come about, do you recall?
Miss Vasey would have produced it.
You asked her to do that, is that right?
My recollection is I wanted the contacts. I can't be clear about it, but...
Well, let me put it more precisely. Do you agree that in advance of your appearance before the Commission on the 13th of July 2018, you asked Ms Vasey to discreetly obtain a copy of data from certain of your devices?
I can't be clear that it was prior to my appearance here. I truly can't be clear that that's when I asked her to do that.
Do you recall a firm called Engetech, E-N-G-E-T-E-C-H?
Not really.
Let me help you this way. If we go to Exhibit 277, please. I'm going to show you this draft letter from the 9th of July 2018. Exhibit 277. Just while that's coming up, you've got a recollection of a USB containing data being arranged through your electorate office, is that right?
Correct.
Do you recall what happened with that particular USB?
Yes.
What happened to it?
I dropped it at the farm gate and it got run over several times.
By you?
by the people that come in from a horse adjustment.
And how did the USB get to that particular place?
I lost it.
Deliberately?
No. I lost it. I must have dropped it when I got out of the car at the farm gate to open the gates, and I found it a couple of days later.
You deliberately lost it, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I don't believe I did. I don't recall that I...
After your appearance before this commission on the 13th of July 2018, did you take any steps to cause for documents, whether in hard copy or electronic version, to be destroyed?
Yes, I did. We'd been in the process of moving office. We were contacted by the Parliament some months before. We'd begun to remove files from the office, 20 years of stuff, taking up a lot of space. I told the girls, staff, get rid of everything that's not relevant. I want to be moving over there with the least amount of equipment possible. And the clean-up had already begun months before, almost as soon as we were told that we were moving.
Sorry, moving?
Well, office. The parliamentary offices are leased in the electorates, and my office was probably one of the smallest in the state. The Parliament determined that for occupational work safety and leasing-wise, they would relocate our office. I can't recall...
This is your electorate office?
Electorate office, yes, Commissioner. I can't recall when that was issued, but as soon as we knew, we started to clean up the filing cabinets. The work began, and it would be a number of months before the 13th of July that work started, if my recollection is right.
Well, we might start with your parliamentary office first then. Do you agree that in relation to your parliamentary office, your initial instruction was to wipe all data that was on your computers in your Sydney office?
When it became evident that I could no longer retain the position of member for Wagga Wagga, that I would have to resign, yes, I told them to wipe everything.
You're aware that there may have been information on those hard drives that may have implicated you, correct?
I was aware that there was information on most of the machinery and files that had years and years of correspondence and all sorts of things, and my policy was that we clear the files, that we clear the equipment that's to be returned, that we clear phones to be sent back to Parliament. That's what I told the staff to do.
Well, let me ask this way. Do you accept that after your appearance here on the 13th of July 2018, you took steps to destroy material?
Yes.
And not just destroy it, but destroy it with a view to keeping that material away from this commission or anyone else who might investigate your affairs?
Or who might inherit the office, yes.
At least part of the reason you sought for your records to be destroyed was to keep them away from either this commission or any investigative authority who might wish to investigate your affairs. Do you agree?
Part of.
That was at least a factor that led to the decisions that you made. Do you agree?
It wasn't the overriding factor, but a factor.
Well, it was a significant factor.
No, significant.
That weighed on your mind. You wanted records that might implicate you to be deleted. Do you agree?
I wanted records deleted of the electorate office, of paper files, of electronic equipment that would have to go back, and I was determined not to leave anything for the next incoming member that would, including what the staff argued we should leave. My policy was to destroy the equipment. The answer is yes.
But you wanted to destroy the material with a view to keeping it away from either this commission or anyone else who might investigate your affairs. Do you agree?
Partly, yes.
and you sought destruction not only of your own records, you sought to encourage others to delete their records as well. Do you agree?
Yes.
You made contact with Mr. Elliott, for example, and you asked him or suggested to him that he should delete records related to the Gateway International business.